So I wanted to do something a little bit different and show you how I cut my hair. So I've been pinning everything out of the way, because the key thing is to make sure that you pin everything out of the way so that you've got your sides. You can see this is really grown out, but like I said, to be fair, I do my hair anyway at home, so shaving down my sides is not an unusual thing for me. It can be tricky getting to the back, depends on the texture of your hair as well, but let's get to it. So that's what I use, just what I use. I always use wool. It's what I've been using for years. So if I want to do lines, I want to be a little bit creative. It's quarantine and you know, I'm literally going nowhere. So anyway, so you get yourself a hairband. Get a hairband, something that you can put around your head. And I use this as a marker to, So you put it around your head, and the purpose of putting it around your head is to really give yourself a, yep, you will get a line on your forehead, is to use as a gauge. Obviously there are loads of different things people can do. You don't have to put this on, and if I was taking the whole thing off, I wouldn't put this on, but this really helps me to gauge, to make sure that I take it down in a way that I want to. Only go upwards if I'm going for a completely clean cut. The reason why is because when I go upwards, listen, it takes off everything. So I personally don't recommend, particularly if you're doing it for the first time, that you do upward strokes, simply because it will clean you down to your scalp. If that's what you want, go ahead, but if it's not what you want, but I'll show you anyway. So I always start with downward movements. You can see, and because I've got my hairband, can you see already? Can you see already the difference? So because I've got the hairband on as well, it helps me to gauge. I kind of always use my finger as a gauge, because sometimes the hairband can move. Look, you know, sometimes the hairband can move, and then you've got kind of like a bit of a wonky layering. If you want to be really creative and put a few lines in, there are other machines you can buy which will create lines even sharper than this, but this tool can do lines on a very basic level. So basically hold your clippers like so, and work with the gradient of the line. As you can see, because of the way I put the hairband, I've got a slight slant. So though I'm not going like that, I've got a slight slant. So work with the natural hairline of the cut. So I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to do that. You can put a hairband back on and use the hairband, but can you see? I don't normally go all the way to the back. I normally just leave it right there, just a little bit in the front, just to create, just hope you can see it in the lighting, just to create enough of an impact where it's quite bold. And you can do the same if you want on the other side. I prefer to just do one side. I don't like to do both sides, so I'm just going to have one side. And if you really want to go for it, you can do more than, you can do another line. So let's do another one. So again, don't just hit your head. Take your time, honestly. Like I said, I've been doing this for years and years and years, but take your time. So again, follow the line, and just, it doesn't cut your scalp. You might think, oh my gosh, am I going to cut your scalp? It does not cut your scalp. One thing about it is, once you've cut your line, it's quite obedient, and that's not the word to use. It kind of automatically just follows the line straight away. So it is hard to mess it up. Now, depending on how defined you want your line, you can just do a small, so you're just cleaning the inside of the space, but be very careful because it can look like train tracks if you go. So there you have it. you can put the hairband back around your head, and that's another way to use as a guide. But like I said, so you just basically go down, and what this does is it just cleans everything up. And if you, one thing I love about the clips is when they're on, you can't mess your hair up, because it won't allow the cutting to go beyond a certain point. That's why I really recommend, if you're using this for the first time, honestly I recommend that you start off by using these gauges,